As Jesus slipped into eternal sleep, a man noticed something incredible happening. He went from death to heaven and back. This experience served as evidence of life after death. On May 5, 2006, a man from Seattle, who worked as a supervisor in the King County Juvenile Probation Department, faced a life-changing event. Known for his dedication to helping teenagers, he often said he would work until the day he died. That day, he experienced severe pain from a kidney stone on his right side. Having dealt with kidney stones before, he initially tried to endure the pain, but this time it was too much. He went to the emergency room and was shocked to discover he also had a kidney infection. Instead of the usual morphine and painkillers, the doctor scheduled him for a procedure to break up the stone and prescribed antibiotics. The operation went smoothly, but the medical team didn't realize the antibiotics weren't strong enough to fight the infection. This led to sepsis and multiple organ failure, and he was clinically dead for an hour and 45 minutes. During this time, he experienced something extraordinary. As a born-again Christian, he felt little fear. He thought he was on his way to heaven and described the amazing sensation of leaving his body and moving quickly through the hospital, into the sky, and even outer space. He recalled the Bible verse that says being away from the body means being with the Lord. When he reached heaven, he felt immense peace and belonging, greeted by the beauty of trees and flowers. Seeing Jesus Christ in person was the greatest desire he had. He walked through a forest, with the trees parting for him, until he reached a clearing and saw Jesus. Overwhelmed with gratitude, he fell to his knees and looked at Jesus' feet, praising him. He realized that Jesus' sacrifice was why he was in heaven. Looking up, he felt an overwhelming love radiating from Jesus. When their eyes met, it was as if no time had passed. He had never experienced such deep love and forgiveness before. It was a profound connection. He understood that when Jesus said, "I forgive you," it was true. The Bible talks about this in the 8th and 10th chapters of Hebrews, and he knew that this truth would last forever. Even though his body had died, he felt a lasting connection with Jesus. Then Jesus spoke to him, saying, "No, it's not your time. Go back." He was surprised but felt okay with it. Instead of walking back through the woods, he found himself flying over the forest, or more accurately, moving wherever he wanted to go. There were no doors or physical barriers. When he arrived at the point where he felt he would leave that place, he understood that his body wasn't ready yet, and he was content to have more time in paradise. Feeling Jesus nearby, he turned back to face the jungle, but what he saw next was captivating. To the left of the forest, he noticed a stunning sight. The mountains looked alive, like colorful waves in the ocean. He felt he should stay there forever to soak it all in. He returned to Jesus, approaching him from a different angle. As he knelt before him again, Jesus spoke to him, surrounded by a beautiful, loving light that brought him peace and warmth. Once more, Jesus said, "No, it is not your time. You must go back." He passed over the treetops, heading toward the edge where he would return to his body. Even though he felt unprepared, he traveled further to the right, finding rivers and vibrant blue seas, colors more intense than anything on earth. When he returned to Jesus for his final goodbye, he saw his family. Mary, his grandmother, stood among relatives spanning generations. Their happiness and love reflected the beauty of heavenly connections. He realized they had always been there, but this time he focused on them. Seeing them in such harmony and joy filled him with a deep bond, especially as they looked at him with love. Jesus said again, "No, it is not your time." He felt like a soldier ready to follow orders. His grandmother urged him, "Bring as many of us back with you as you can," emphasizing the importance of sharing the love and truth of heaven. Her words struck a chord with him. What happened next was miraculous. As he returned to his body, he felt a mix of emotions. The medical team was shocked when his heart monitor began to beep again. The calmness of paradise contrasted sharply with the chaos of the hospital ward. Although he felt weak and needed time to heal spiritually, he felt restored. His experience had changed everything, reminding him that our time on earth is limited and every moment matters. Now, he lives with more purpose, valuing each relationship with renewed respect. He aims to share God's love and truly love others. In addition to the wonder of his encounter, he saw animals and other beings in heaven, all vibrant and alive. His perspective on life, death, and eternity has been forever changed. He carried with him strong and moving memories of heaven. The number of animals he saw amazed him. They blended softly into the landscape of Earth. He recognized familiar species as well as some he had never seen before, all living in perfect harmony. Each creature seemed to have its own place in heaven, a reminder that God cares for all of creation, including humanity. While he didn't connect personally with the animals, his focus was on Jesus and his family. Their presence was comforting, filled with joy and peace. They seemed to praise God in their own unique way, adding to the beautiful harmony of heaven. Its beauty was beyond description, with colors more vibrant than anything on earth, warm and inviting. The light was gentle, shining on everything, including trees, flowers, and living beings. Everything was perfect, with no flaws, and there was a beautiful harmony all around. One of his most important experiences happened when Jesus filled his mind and spirit with knowledge. This wasn't just words. It was an instinctive understanding of truths about God, heaven, and life that he had never known before. Although some of this knowledge faded when he returned to his earthly body, its core remained and changed his views forever. He gained a deeper understanding of God's love, which was far beyond anything he had encountered in paradise. He also learned about eternity, the importance of choices made on earth, and the reality of spiritual struggles. These ideas were hard for his human mind to grasp, but that day he discovered something even more important, an awareness of the spiritual forces, both good and bad, that affect our world. This insight made him realize the importance of prayer and of putting on the whole armor of God, as described in the Bible. His view of life on earth changed completely. Death no longer seemed scary. Instead, it became a transition to something beautiful. This didn't mean he wanted to die right away. He wanted to fulfill God's purpose for him on earth. Still, he felt a sense of peace when thinking about returning to paradise. To him, time on earth seemed short compared to the eternal present of paradise, making earthly troubles feel minor. This realization sharpened his awareness of how he used every moment, knowing each one mattered eternally. Seeing familiar faces in paradise changed his understanding of redemption. He became less judgmental because he recognized that God's grace is beyond human understanding. Salvation isn't about strict rules but accepting Jesus and his sacrifice. He learned not to assume anything about anyone's spiritual state, understanding that only God knows a person's heart. After receiving a message from his grandmother, "Bring as many of us back with you as you can," he felt a strong responsibility to share his story and help others understand heaven and God's love. Each day became a chance to act with the awareness that our choices on earth have lasting effects. His relationships changed as he began to see everyone as deeply loved by God, which made him more patient, compassionate, and eager to share the love he had found. He also cherished family relationships more, understanding their importance in this life and the next. The feeling of being welcomed in heaven was unlike anything else. On earth, he often felt out of place, but in heaven, those feelings vanished. Everything around him gave him a strong sense of belonging and acceptance, leaving a lasting impression of overwhelming love. His experience also changed how he viewed the body. While physical bodies are important, they are temporary homes for eternal spirits. In heaven, he felt more like his true self, which made him less concerned with how he looked and more focused on nurturing his spirit. Even though he was focused on his own experience, he sensed that everyone in heaven was sharing the same joy, peace, and love. Each person experienced their perfect joy while united in worship and love for God. Returning to earth was difficult. The beauty of heaven made him hesitant to leave, but he felt a divine purpose in coming back, which brought him peace. He now sees his life on earth as a mission to share his heavenly experience and help others prepare for eternity in heaven. Worship became a constant state filled with joy and love. This understanding made him approach worship on earth with renewed enthusiasm, reflecting his heart's purest intentions. His view of work and daily activities shifted, seeing every task as a chance to bring a bit of heaven to earth, completing them with the love and joy he experienced in heaven. This made him more mindful of how he spent his time and resources. He recognized that prayer was a crucial connection between heaven and earth. Even if he didn't see specific prayers being answered, he felt that God was deeply aware of and involved in earthly lives. His appreciation for prayer deepened as he saw angels in heaven and understood their purpose. They were constantly worshiping and doing God's will, which helped him recognize the unseen spiritual forces at play. His experience also changed how he interacted with non-believers. He felt a greater urgency to share his faith but approached it with patience and love, knowing that everyone's journey is unique. He wanted to invite others to faith rather than push them. He gained insight into free will and God's sovereignty, realizing they work together in ways that are hard to fully understand. God's love allows real choices, even if they lead to suffering, but he works to bring good from every situation. Although he didn't see evil in heaven, he understood its nature. The goodness and love he experienced highlighted the reality of evil on earth, reinforcing the need to bring God's light into the darkness. His near-death experience removed any fear of death. He now views it as a transition to something more beautiful and welcoming. While he's not in a hurry to leave, he welcomes his eventual transition with joy, knowing what awaits him. The core message he shares is that God's love surpasses all understanding. Heaven is real and more beautiful than we can imagine, and our earthly choices and actions have eternal significance. The key is having a relationship with Jesus, not about being perfect or following strict rules. In the end, he realized that while his experience was profound, the main story is about God's love for humanity. He hopes his story encourages others to seek God and live with an eternal perspective, inspiring reflection on life, death, and what comes next. If you've made it this far in the video, you might qualify for our special membership. This exclusive area offers videos that we can't share with the public. You'll be the first to see everything and learn truths that we can't reveal anywhere else. To learn more and join the community, click the link in the description, pinned comment, or on our homepage. If you enjoy our content and want to support us, hit the Super Thanks button below. Your support is a blessing that helps us share the transformative journey of Jesus. As you explore spirituality with us, becoming a member gives you access to special content that dives into important topics not included in our regular releases. You'll get early access to videos featuring experienced theologians and scholars who explain complex theological ideas and share insights to help you understand divine mysteries better. Membership also connects you with a supportive community of people who are on their own spiritual journeys. In this community, you can join discussions, share your experiences, and get advice on navigating your faith during challenging times. Plus, members receive monthly newsletters that highlight important spiritual themes, upcoming events, and personal stories that show the powerful changes faith can bring. These stories offer encouragement and hope, along with practical tips for living a faith-filled life every day. We also hold exclusive webinars and live Q&A sessions where you can ask questions directly to spiritual leaders, gaining personalized insights that aren't available to everyone else. This is a great resource for anyone looking to deepen their understanding of spirituality or find answers to specific questions in their lives. This membership is here to support your growth, inspiration, and sense of community, whether you're just starting to explore spirituality or looking to strengthen your faith. If you're interested and ready to dive deeper, click the link in the description, the pinned comment, or visit our homepage to join. We can't wait to welcome you to our community and share this meaningful journey together.